Just put her down for the e-collar lesson and just make it discount the price.
Aye, aye.
Love you.
I only have one lesson on here, so I have to book the lesson and add e-collar.
Okay. Whatever works. Whatever you need to do, love. I love you. You got it. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good? No? Are we not talking today? Is it going to be a quiet class?
Good morning, Tommy.
There we go. Sweet. All right. So, what'd you guys do last week?
What did you last?
Big canine test.
CGC?
Yeah.
Awesome. He passed.
He did. I would have been offended if he didn't.
All right. So, we did CGC last week. Did everybody here do the CGC? No? You weren't here? Weren't here? Okay. Canine Good Citizen? All right. So we have two options. We can problem solve or we can run through obedience training. Where is everybody struggling at? Who's struggling with sitting? Who's struggling with down? Who's struggling with loose leash walking? Okay. Loose leash walking? Okay. Who's struggling with place? Okay. Recall. At home you are? Okay. We might have to do something at house then. So, all right, so more hands came up with the loose leash walking. So let's focus on loose leash walking then. He's just pulling all the time.
And then what I do is I reverse.
Yeah.
And then he's fine for a while. And
Yeah.
then he'll stop again, and then I just like, nope. Sit. Place. Place. Sit. Free. Heel.
Let me see him. Let me see your e-collar. Hi, bud. I love you too.
He doesn't bite, he's just real anxious.
I got him. There we go. All right. So, loose leash walk, heel command means the dog walks with me, right? Ideally, good boy. Ideally, the dog's going to be on my left side. I personally don't care if your dog walks left, right, center, whatever. Standard industry is on the left side. Get out of my crotch. No. Sit. No, sit. If you want your dog to walk on the right, that's fine. Biggest thing is don't let your dog cross in front of you or cross behind you. Keep him to one side, right? So, Goose here is on an e-collar, which is no different than what I would do if I had just a leash. But ideally, when we're starting to teach, no, sit, no, sit, good. I am gonna walk around like a drunk person. I don't want my dog to perceive the direction I'm going. I want my dog in his mind to think that there's a safe place next to my left side, and he needs to find that. Does that make sense? So when I start teaching a loose leash walk, heel, I literally just start walking around, and I want that dog to find this safe spot. As long as he stays there, he's good. So I back up. Good. There's nothing in my hand, dude. And then as the dog gets better, I can start making sharper turns. Heel. And then we start walking by other dogs. Heel. No. Good. No. Don't be a turd. No. Do, 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 do. No, no questions allowed. Yeah, what's up? Right now, a little bit, because I haven't touched this dog in how long? Good.
So mine, like, he stays loose for the most part.
Yeah.
He likes to be a little bit farther out in front.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, or
Personal preference. So it's personal preference. Like my competition dog, I want him here, and there's no anything, right? But that's a competition dog. A pet dog, he's gonna have a little more leeway, but I still don't want him drifting backwards. I still don't want him drifting super far ahead of me either. So ideal picture for me, shoulders is next to my leg. Now, I'll give a little bit of variance there because he's not a competition dog. He doesn't need to be perfect. Personal preference, right? So little dogs, Jake, I'm okay if he's up here because if he's not up here, I can't see him, right? And I need to see the dog. Big dogs, he can be more in a proper position, quote unquote, because I can see him on my peripherals, right? So personal preference, and then also your dog is going to decide as well, you know? And I personally, like, if you like your dog being a little ahead, that's okay. What I don't want to see is a leash puller, right? I don't want to be like this trying to pull my dog back. So if you're okay with him being a little ahead and he's on a loose leash and he's not pulling, great. If you want him back more, then just start walking different and making him find where you want him to be. Does that make sense? I mean, your dog walks really nice. It's all you.
I know.
You.
That's why I come.
Sit. No. Nope. Come. Come.
He's good at stopping
Sit.
when I stop.
So, we're not very high, which is good.
Right.
And he's actually coming down, like right there. He gave a correction. He kind of whined a little bit. So, stop talking so much. Give him little taps when he starts coming out of position. And then when he is in position, don't forget to reward him why he's in the position. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep. Perfect. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Who else was struggling? Bear. Give me Bear. Give me that dog. Give me that dog. Can I touch your dog? Or what was it? Anybody see that video on Facebook where it's like, e-collar? Thank you. Can I pet your dog? No. Come. Sit. Good boy. All right. So anyone who has a fluffy dog will know that contact with your e-collar can be difficult. So, awesome. We got the long contact points. Tighten it up just a little bit. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Come. No. No. Come. Come. No. Come. 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 Good. Sit. Good. All right. No. Good. So when I have a dog that's struggling, I don't talk. I give markers, good and no. I want my leash to communicate to the dog what I want him to do. Good. Because the more times I talk and the more things I say, a lot of times it muddies the water and it can cause confusion. So, loose leash walking. So I'm not going to say anything other than the initial heel just to get him going. So it'll be heel. He gets distracted. Good. Good. I know, you want to go back to mom and go see all these nice dogs. No. Good. And if you notice, like, I'm not getting frustrated. I'm not getting frustrated. I'm not taking anything out on the dog. I'm just moving. And then whenever the dog's in the right place, I will eventually reward him. Good. Good. Hi. Good job. And as redundant and retarded as I look right now, he's starting to catch on
How do you know he's starting to catch on?
because he's looking at me. When I change, it's not taking all the pressure as it was before. Come. Good. Nope.
It's not dogs we want, it's people.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the double-edged sword of having a social dog. And then even more so when the dog has been allowed to meet and greet anybody and everybody, everybody is his friend. Good.
Keep in mind saying that it's not a blanket statement where we shouldn't let our dogs meet people.
No.
Right? So as
Come.
puppies, when my shepherd
Come.
was a puppy, he was allowed to go meet and greet people when we were at events and stuff.
Good.
Because they want a positive association with people. But there comes a point where that's no longer appropriate for you to decide to do that on your own. So now
You.
Danger has a command where he's supposed to stay in command with me, and then when it's appropriate for him to say hi to people, I say, Danger, go say hi. And he's free to go socialize at that point. So it's an actual cue,
Good.
just like Savannah, if I'm in the middle of a conversation, it's not appropriate for you to interrupt me. You may say, excuse me, and then when it's time for you to speak, that's how we do with adults, right? I am not the parent that is, you're to be seen and not heard.
Fair.
It's just an appropriate thing where we don't
Sit.
interrupt people, it's rude.
Good.
Right, so we're starting to shape that when she was littler, I wanted her to know, you can speak, we're here for you, but now she's getting older, you can interrupt. So that is,
So did we see the behavior shift?
Yep.
Where he went from the whole time he was pulling to where he's just like, all right, this is what I need to do. And then the last like 3 minutes right now, he's been walking super nice. Besides a little bit of bumping, which is okay. He's a big dog.
When we walk at home,
Heel.
on our property, it's just us. He has no real distraction.
Right. Heel. Heel.
so this is
Heel.
the reason that Tommy gets that,
Good.
all of us training dogs get so frustrated with people, right? You see how nicely Bear's walking with him, watch this.
Heel. Heel.
Did you see him lick and pay attention? So Bear's doing the right thing. Was that Bear's fault or my
Good boy.
fault that he just had to go back 3 steps? It was my fault.
Good boy. Come here.
Sure. Oh, hi. If I wasn't paying attention to him, I could probably just walk around here. So you're absolutely right. It's that distraction thing.
Slobber, 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 slobber. Slobber, 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 slobber. Go see mom.
He's like, but she was staring at me and I didn't get to say hi.
And he's super high right now. I don't think it's tight enough. Hey.
You're fine. I'm always scared to get it too tight, but then it's like there's so much hair, he doesn't
Right.
feel it.
It's that time of year.
Yep.
My dogs are all the same. So what I do is I just brush it through like this.
Okay, we can pull it all out. Okay.
Yep.
Get it on the skin.
Good boy.
Do I get a cookie?
There.
All right. Who else was struggling with the heel? You were struggling with down. You're struggling with down?
No, that was fine.
You want to see how he does here?
Hiking with him, he gets, no, I think, okay, so he's used to be really scared of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
He's opening up now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's less scared, and so now he's like, oh, squirrel. Oh.
Right.
So he is, but he doesn't pull necessarily, he's just not in the heel.
Correct position. Yeah.
So that's kind of
And you said this is on hiking? Okay, so you can do two things. One, you can keep him in heel position and reinforce that and keep him in that nice tight position. Or we could introduce a secondary heel command where it gives the dog a little more freedom, right? So like my personal dog has two heel commands. His competition heel where he's staring at me, and he's got his walk command, which is where it's more or less like what you guys do for your pet heel. It's way more lenient, and I give him way more space. Like he could go 2 or 3 feet out, and I don't even really care if he pulls or not, but he doesn't. So it's kind of like what you're describing, like the dog's a little more in front of me, he has more freedom to do things, smell a little bit. So you can introduce a secondary heel command or walk command where basically he's allowed to be more of a dog on your hikes versus being like in a city or an urban environment where you want that nice close heel.
Yeah, that's kind of where I want this, like, when we're walking and there's more people, I want him closer to.
Correct.
But I do want him to be able to.
Correct. So, and then like if you get to the point where you can have him off leash, that's just a release command, just free, right? And then just keep him on a recall and have him come back. So like my dogs, because I let them go so far, I give them a recall command. Now they have like a 30-yard proximity where like they'll get 30 yards, they'll stop and they'll look back and they wait to let me know if I can release them or if I need them to come to me. Because I've done so many recalls doing that now that's kind of like a proximity for them. They get so far, they stop and check in. So, but yeah, I would just introduce a secondary walk command. Yeah. So I would say like, you know, as he let him go out a little bit and just be like, good walk when he's out a little bit and then say heel and bring him back. So then there's a very black and white delineage of your loose leash walk and your nice tight heel walk. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Oh, it's the TV going. I was like, I hear Frozen. Is my brain, am I losing it? Like, I've watched that movie so many times. Like, am I just hearing things or? All right. Anybody else having any specific issues with their dog?
We still can't do down, but.
Still can't do down? We'll work on that still. Because we're just getting back into training with him. Let's not rush that one. Yeah, I saw. So does she. Anything else?
Big thing is, so like when he's on his leash, I mean, he's fine. But if I let him, because my dogs just go in the backyard and potty, he refuses to come back in.
Yeah. Well, because he knows that the leash is attached to you, he has no choice. So,
So basically, I have to go outside with him for him to go potty, or
well, so we need to introduce a long line with the e-collar, and then the long line is a backup. So when he blows you off, because it'll happen, we can use the leash to give pressure, reinforce it with the e-collar, and with enough repetition, he starts to figure out, well, I don't have a choice, I have to do it. And then when he gets to you, lots and lots of positive, so that it's worth me coming back to you. And you can't get mad at him the first couple times when he doesn't come to you, because he's not going to want to come to you if you're mad at him, right? That's like the number one thing, right? Everybody, my dog takes off, like, oh, get back here! And they're all pissed off because their dog took off, and the dog finally comes back, and what do? You discipline the dog or you yell at the dog, and the dog's like, well, shit. Well, why do I want to come back? You know? So, all right. So let's do this. Let's do a line of place cots on that yellow line. How many dogs we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's do 5 place cots on that yellow line. And we'll do 5 dogs on there and 5 dogs over here.
Inside the line.
Just put it over the top of the line. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So those of you that are by the place cots, go ahead and put your dog on place. Those of you that aren't on the line, go ahead and start heeling around those guys. Go ahead and start heeling around. You got this. You can heel with them. You guys are going to stay here. So if you're on the place cots, you're going to work on sitting and downing and walking circles around your dog.
Down. No. You put her down. Keep her down.
No. Okay, bud.
Relax.
I'm trying.
Sit. So I had a bad back, so I don't like bending over.
Okay.
So I just do this.
Oh.
Down. Down. Let him struggle. Down. Good boy.
Good boy. Okay. Thank you. I had my back surgery, so that's a good tip.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, those of you that are healing, on the count of 3, we're going to about turn. 1, 2, 3, about turn. Give him a harder correction.
Sit.
Awesome. All right, those that are healing, on the count of 3, we're going to come to a stop and have your dog into a sit. 3, 2, 1. Sit your dog. Good job, buddy. Go ahead and down your dog.
Down.
If he doesn't want to do it, don't fight him. Just keep him in that sit. Go ahead and step in front of your dog. And then back away. Go ahead and come back into heel. And then we're going to heel forward on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, forward. Awesome. All right, go ahead and come to a stop if you're healing. You guys on the place cots come this way. Those of you that are not on a place cot, jump on a place cot.
No.
All right. Hi, buddy. Heel. Heel. Good. All right, those that are not on place cots, start your walking around. I don't care which direction you go. Let's have Linda, you take lead, go that way. Place. Sit. Sit. Good.
Things moving.
No, sit. Come over here. Sit.
Heel.
Good job. Everybody's so angry this morning. Man. Sit.
I want you to practice at home this week.
No, sit.
Calm and getting comfortable
Good.
with you.
All right, those that are healing, we're going to about turn. And 3, 2, 1.
And you
About
can even
turn.
practice it right now because he doesn't need a whole lot of movement. Sit. Good.
Put his prong above his flat collar.
Yeah, I gotta fix the action on it too. Good sit. So some of this, he has food drive, but he doesn't, go ahead.
Good job, Jake.
Go.
Mr. State Farm.
That tension is what keeps him.
All right, those that are healing,
Tension is what keeps him under. Keeps him below threshold. He needs to be below threshold.
No.
Because he needs to chill out. He needs to chill out, not because the tension's there. So the tension's just gonna.
on the count of 3, you guys are going to come to a halt. 3, 2, 1. Halt. Put your dog into a sit. Heel. Go ahead and put your dog into a down. Step in front of your dog. See, it works so nice. Just keep stepping on it. There you go. Yep. There you go. Perfect. It's all right. Don't reward that. Don't, because he'll keep laying like that, and then he'll break when he rolls back over. Good. See? Sit. Heel. Hi, Jake. Sit. Good. Sit. No. Come. Good. Go ahead and go back to the play, Scott. Just wanted to work with. Yep. Yep. All right. Go ahead and step back into heel position. And forward, go.
Yep, I want you to see everybody moving. There you go. Good. Good. Sit. Yeah. So a lot of people see that head swivel when Jake walked by.
Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to do about turn. 3, 2, 1, about turn. And watch the dog pile. Excuse me.
I swear, there's not one day of time he has not.
Come here. Sit. No. Sit.
Now at this point, because he's had 3 dogs walk by.
All right. Let's go ahead and have you guys line up and line with me in front of a dog. Sit.
That's where, yes.
Nope, you're fine right there. So the ones that are healing, come and get in line with me, but line up in front of a dog.
So if he's showing
Sit.
a history of not lifting, when he starts to make forward
Sit.
movement is when we want to do that. So even if his ears go back and he's
All right. So go ahead and put your dog into a sit. You guys have your dog in a sit, you're going to step in front of him. So you guys are going to be back to back.
I'm gonna just jump straight to the because I want to give him a new behavior.
There's a trash can right there by the desk. Nope. Sit. Sit. Good. All right. Go ahead and put your dog into a down and flow down. Jupiter down. Good boy. Nice. And we're just going to hold this for a couple more seconds.
Address it with like work stuff. Yeah. Like give him something to do. But that's where a lot of people.
Go ahead and step back into your dog in the front. Mark it, reward it.
Well, he won't stand right off the bat.
Go ahead and step back a couple steps.
The thing isn't, and I've had to come to find this with danger, and I want to grow through it, not put through it.
Mark it, reward it.
That he can withstand the pressure. It's that I couldn't handle.
Go ahead and step back into heel position.
Because I couldn't handle the aggression, I had to keep him at a level where he couldn't handle the pressure.
Sit your dogs.
And so, in a way, I came to a point where I was like, okay,
And then go ahead and heel away from everybody else and go love on your dog somewhere.
because it,
Come on, boy.
I've got to get to a point where I can handle the aggression. I'm going to call under the aggression, control the aggression, or we need to bring contact and do something else because it's not fair for all.
Now you're gonna
Go take him outside to go bathroom.
Some type of burning passion. Go through the challenges.
see, the thing is, today, I made sure to take him out for an hour before we go. Come on, Yo.
Put down. So that right there, that was full on doing after. You didn't get home a little bit because you don't do that. There was some more. Put in sit. Put it. There was some more emotion in there than I would have liked. Like I said, he's a lot. I can feel. And so the.
All right. Go ahead and come back over here to the place cots.
So much of that.
Oof.
Over here. Like that for the dog that can eat it. They understand it. I didn't like it.
Oh,
I prefer that much more now.
little miss.
Than the maple strength. Because in that instance, what he needs, when I say this, and I say this to have he needs that.
All righty. How's everybody feeling? A little bit more leveled out. So with him, higher correction. So if he's here and your corrections are down here, he's going to continue to blow you off. So what I would rather see you do is as he's loading, slam a hard correction in there to stop that, give it a ceiling, and then as he starts to come back down, you just lower your corrections with him. Versus he goes like this and you're correcting, and you're always behind the tide until BAM! And then it's like, oh shit! Right? And then now we shut down the dog for a minute, which sucks. Versus if I can get here before he keeps escalating, we're gonna come down lower a lot faster. Does that make sense? So, you said you were struggling with down. Is it just still the food stuff or just him protesting or?
No, it's not something I had ever taught him, so he's doing better since I had taught
Okay.
him. But it wasn't one of the commands I had ever done.
Right. So it's just time.
Yeah, and he just looks so confused.
So another way you can introduce it too, this is the way that Amanda likes to introduce it, is sitting down and having the dog come underneath you. So basically what she'll do, and this isn't, I've never taught a dog how to down this way, but Amanda likes to do it this way. So she'll sit and essentially lure the dog underneath, and then she just lowers her legs to where the dog basically crawls, and then she'll stop the dog, help him with his butt a little bit, and then release the dog out.
So what command do you give him to get under your legs?
So you don't use a command, you just lure them. You're just building the muscle memory of actually getting low and down. So, yeah, at that point, we're just teaching the dog the motion. So we're not using a command. So, but that's another way you could try it. So I don't do it this way, but Amanda's had good success with a lot of dogs doing it that way. So, what else? Anybody else struggling with anything that we want to cover? No? It's a quiet day today. All right.
Door manners like you told me to, where he has to sit. And he'll always sit when I tell him to, but how do I get him to stay in that position?
Stay in the sit.
Yeah.
So, sit. Good. So if I wanted my dog to hold that position, no. Good. Good.
Okay.
Sit. No. Good. So we don't want to pop down because that means to lay down. So I'm popping the leash up, which is giving an upward correction for him to stay in that sit. So, and then we just practice, right? So if I'm at a door, sit, I open my door. If he moves, I just pop him back, right? I get out of the door, I can pop him this way, and then come, right? Or heel, or whatever we want to go through the door with.
Okay.
Yeah. Super easy. Anything else? Going once? Going twice? Free. Good dogs.
Oh, really?
Who? Jake.
Where I don't have
Let me grab my phone.
now he's in such a new space just by taking.
And you guys are more than welcome to hang out and use the training floor if you want. Whatever you like.